welcome to Chrono Pursuit, where I evaluate the latest timepieces on the market on a comprehensive 100-point scale so that you can make informed decisions when purchasing your next watch. Today I'm going to be exploring a watch that redefines what a budget-friendly timepiece can offer, and that is the Citizen Tsuyosa Small Seconds. Released in 2024, this watch has captured the attention of enthusiasts with its vintage-inspired design, dependable automatic movement, and incredible value proposition. The Tsuyosa line already had a reputation for punching above its weight, but this small seconds variant elevates it to new heights with some new design elements, including a guilloché pattern dial and an in-house caliber movement. With a distinctive green/yellow dial depending on the lighting, artfully positioned small seconds subdial, and a comfortable stainless steel bracelet, I think this is a testament to Citizen's mastery of accessible luxury that is often overlooked in the watch world. After thoroughly examining this watch, it's clear why many people have crowned this the best budget watch of 2024. The Tsuyosa strikes an impressive balance between design, construction, and movement and overall value, making it a perfect choice for collectors and newcomers alike. I admit that I did not have buying a Citizen watch on my bingo card for 2024, given my focus on some more luxury watches in the market. And for most of my collection, and also I was finally able to get one of my Grail watches. But Citizen has converted another believer in me, and I think its ability to make a watch that impresses almost anyone in the market, including people that have much more expensive watches. I think it's a testament to Citizen's rebranding over the past couple of years, which other people have already talked about. So let's jump into the review as I quickly unbox this watch to showcase this incredible Citizen Tsuyosa in all of its glory. As you can see here, it is just a fantastic looking watch. I'm gonna take it out real quick here. So let's jump into the review. Overall, I believe this is the highest I have rated a sub $1,000 watch, other than potentially, the Hamilton Khaki Field Auto. And it's clear from the very first moment out of the box why this watch deserves a special place in any collector's watch box. I was generally impressed with the design of the watch, which I scored 22.5 points out of 25 points. Similarly, the construction of this watch is just impeccable, which earned 21.5 points. Lastly, the movement, which I will show you here quickly, but I will get into further as well, scored 22.5 points, especially for this price range. I think it's fantastic value. And lastly, the other factors which I look at, which are, the warranty, the box, and other, ancillaries, I scored 21 points as well. So overall, for a sub $500 watch, this scored 87.5 out of 100 points, which, if you've watched my other videos, that's generally where Tudor ranges. So I think for the value proposition of this watch and the amount that you're paying, it is an incredible value proposition. So let's jump into the full review of the Citizen Tsuyosa Small Seconds, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can get more information about this watch and many other watches that I've reviewed. So let's jump into it. So beginning with the design of the watch, I look at generally the case, the dial, and other parts of the watch. The Tsuyosa Small Seconds features a 40mm stainless steel case with a polished finish that exudes elegance while remaining versatile. Its compact 11.7mm thickness ensures it slips effortlessly under a cuff, making it equally suited for formal occasions or casual outings. The soft rounded edges and integrated lugs lend it a vintage charm reminiscent of the 1970s, which I think is just an awesome era to go back to with respect to these types of watches. The case finishing is impressive for this price range. The polished surfaces catch light beautifully and transition between polished and brushed sections, which I think are really smooth and precise. As you can see here from the lugs, you have these brushed surfaces here, you have polished links, and you have the polished sides of the watch as well that just flow really, really nicely. This reminds me of the Zaratsu polishing techniques used on Grand Seiko, which I've talked about separately. But of course, the price difference here between a Citizen and a Grand Seiko is about 10 times less the cost. So I think bang for your buck, this might be one of my favorite watches in terms of finishing so far. With a very modest lug-to-lug width of 47mm, it wears comfortably on a variety of wrist sizes, which I think further enhances its universal appeal. And the 20mm wide bracelet means that the bracelet will fit on almost anyone's wrist. For example, my wrist is a 7.5-inch wrist, and this watch just wears very, very comfortably and just drapes really, really well. The standout feature of this version, which some people call the khaki version, is its vibrant green, yellowish sunburst dial, which radiates character and sophistication. The rich emerald hue changes dynamically under a variety of lighting conditions. I'll post some pictures of this as well, but it either looks like a royal yellow, it can look mustard yellow under certain lighting circumstances. Here, it's showing a golden tone because of the sunlight outside my windows. And so it's just a very, very versatile watch. It's unlike anything else that I have in my collection, which is why I went with this. They also have the baby blue version and the dark gray version, but I went with this because I saw it and I was like, I have nothing else like this. And so I'm glad I made that decision because it just is just visually stunning. The applied indices are rhodium plated for added brilliance, while the thin baton style hands maintain excellent legibility. What sets this version apart from the prior versions of the Tsuyosa is the small second subdial at 6 o'clock, which you see here. It's finely textured with concentric grooves and subtle white markings that enhances legibility and provide a pleasing contrast to the main dial. This addition gives the watch a touch of complexity without overwhelming its minimalist design language, which I really appreciate. I also was uncertain about the orange small seconds hand in the pictures and videos I've seen online, but holding this watch in person now, I think it might be my favorite part of the entire watch. While the guilloché dial is a press dial and is not a true engine turn guilloché pattern, the execution is excellent and, as I'll say many times in this review, for the price of this watch, the product more than meets what is expected. There is no realm of possibility where Citizen would be able to produce a true guilloché dial watch for under $500, so I can appreciate the efforts they put into creating a well-executed dial with applied indices, well-proportioned text, which is definitely not too busy, and a nuanced color pattern that is unique to the Tsuyosa. In terms of the strap and the bracelet, the integrated stainless steel bracelet is a highlight of the Tsuyosa's design. Its brushed lengths with polished accents mirror the case's finishing and elevates its perceived value. The links articulate very smoothly, ensuring a comfortable fit on the wrist, and I really actually enjoy the integration with the case and just the overall polishing and level of execution on this. The butterfly clasp that it comes with is sturdy and reliable, but it does lack micro adjustment features that could have made this even more versatile. While that's a minor inconvenience, the bracelet still impresses with its overall quality, and I think it complements the overall aesthetic perfectly and is fair for this price range. The bracelet is not without some controversy, as some have noted that it does not taper significantly and the middle links are fairly wide. It does taper here to about 22 millimeters at the first link, but then after that it only goes to 20 millimeters for the rest, and it does not get any thinner. It doesn't really bother me too much, especially because I have a wider wrist, and so it doesn't look too ridiculous on me, but I guess a little bit of tapering would have been good. However, at this price range, I think it's fair that it was not tapered, and maybe that's just something that we have on our wish list that we're not going to get. In terms of the bezel, the polished fixed bezel frames the dial elegantly and adds a refined touch to the watch's overall design language. While it doesn't have any functional markings or real purpose, it doesn't rotate or click or have anything like that, its minimalist appearance aligns with the watch's clean and classic aesthetic, and so for this, I am very happy that they went with a very simple bezel. In terms of originality, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds takes a lot of inspiration from vintage watch designs while incorporating some more modern elements. Design elements from the 1970s and 1980s are apparent, but in a package that is thoroughly modern in its sizing and mechanical components. The green/yellow dial and small seconds complication are fresh additions that set this model apart from its peers and add a new modern twist that has vintage vibes but clearly denotes that this is a modern wristwatch. In my opinion, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds is a homage to Citizen's heritage without feeling derivative and achieves a rare blend of nostalgia and innovation. Packaged together for less than $500, or how I got it, which I got it for around $300 on Black Friday, which was an incredible deal. I think this makes a truly remarkable that Citizen was able to pull this all together into such a well executed package. In terms of the construction of the watch, overall I gave the watch 21.5 points out of 25 points. Quite simply, I think the Citizen Tsuyosa delivers a level of craftsmanship that you rarely see at this price point. For decades now, I've kind of thought of Citizen as making really cheap kind of, not crappy, but, just cheap watches. And over the past year or so, I've noticed that, some other people have started talking about Citizen, have been noticing it, that it's been really making some great watches. And so I wanted to give it another look, which I have now. And I was really pleasantly surprised. I mean, the execution of this and the overall construction quality is superb. I think even for a $1,500 watch, I think the execution would be worthy of that price. And so to get this in the sub $500 range, I think is just fantastic. The stainless steel case is polished to a mirror-like finish. Again, it's not a flawless polish, but it is really freaking good for a $500 watch. And I think also the brush surfaces are really well done. Every detail from the precision of the applied indices to the smoothness of the polished sloped bezel that you can see here reflects a lot of light, just really goes to show that Citizen put together a really well-packaged deal for under $500. Underneath the anti-reflective sapphire crystal, the vibrant khaki dial stands out for its sharpness and depth, achieved through a stamped guilloché-inspired texture that is just incredible. As you can see, the hands and indices are polished to a very high degree that is unexpected at this price range, and I think it just goes to show that Citizen put a lot of effort and thought into the design and execution of this watch. And then for a sub $500 watch, I think that's more than we could ever ask for. In terms of materials, the stainless steel construction of this watch is robust and elegant at the same time, and it pairs perfectly with the integrated bracelet. The anti-reflective sapphire crystal ensures excellent scratch resistance and clarity, and is a premium level feature that I typically would not expect at this price point. I would usually expect a mineral glass, but they were able to put on a sapphire crystal, which is awesome. While it is unclear whether Citizen uses 316L or 904L stainless steel, I don't believe it really makes a difference at this price point. While the bracelet lacks exotic materials like titanium, the steel used is durable, and the polished wide center links add a premium feel to the presidential bracelet. The butterfly clasp is also made of stainless steel, as you can see, and integrates seamlessly with the rest of the bracelet when you put it together. At this price point, I'm actually very impressed with the quality of the bracelet, as it does not feel overly light or hollow like some other cheaper brands in this price category would have. It has enough flex to it, but not too much flex, as you can see. With a water resistance rating of 50 meters, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds is ideal for everyday wear, and it can handle splashes and light rain without issue. As you can see, it does not have a screw down crown, it just has a push down crown, which is fine. But that is all you're going to get. You're only going to get 50 meters of water resistance with that. I would have preferred 100 meters of water resistance, which has become the industry standard over the past several years, even for affordable timepieces. But I think that's a really small critique to have for this watch, and maybe, the next version they'll add 100 meters of water resistance. But again, does not ruin this watch for me at all. The integrated lugs, as you can see here, enhance the watch's cohesive look with polished edges and are angled sharply downward, ensuring a comfortable fit that hugs the wrist really well. On my 7.5-inch wrist, as you can see here, the 47 millimeter wide lug-to-lug distance is extremely compact. It does not overhang my wrist at all, and it's just very, very comfortable. The bracelet's solid end links and sturdy butterfly clasp contribute to an ergonomic wearing experience that is actually quite comfortable. The recessed crown's design is both functional and aesthetic, and it seamlessly blends into the case at the 4 o'clock position down here. I actually really enjoy the crown because it's proportionate for easy use. As you can see, I can pull it out fairly easy and adjust the time without any issue. And I can just push it back in. And I enjoy it because it is very unobtrusive. The whole design of the watch is meant to be aesthetic. It's meant to be very clean looking. And so having a huge crown, sticking out at 3 o'clock, I feel like might throw off the center of attention, which is really the dial on this. And so I particularly enjoy this design element. It is unfortunately an unsigned crown, but again, at the sub $500 mark, I don't think we can be too picky about that. So let's move on to the movement of this watch, which I think is one of the most impressive parts of this entire watch. I scored this 22.5 points out of 25 points because I was just extremely impressed with what Citizen was able to do. Again, especially under the sub $500 mark, it's incredible. Citizen has equipped this model with the new caliber 8322, which is an in-house automatic movement made by Miyota, which is owned by Citizen, and is tailored for affordability without compromising quality. This movement underscores Citizen's strength as a vertically integrated manufacturer, capable of producing reliable calibers at scale and for reasonable prices. This caliber represents a step forward from the previous Tsuyosa models, which had an older movement in them, and offers improved performance. While this movement does not carry the Swiss-made label, nor does it have any chronometer certification or other accolades, the 8322 represents a well-made workhorse product that is also decorated to a high degree that one would typically expect from a non-Grand Seiko Japanese movement. Miyota has always generally trailed behind its Swiss peers when it comes to producing high-end common calibers, such as the ETA 2824 or the Sellita SW200, but this 8322 appears to be ushering in a new age for Miyota's mid to high-end manufacturing capabilities. In terms of complications, while the Tsuyosa is a time-only watch, the small second subdial at 6 o'clock is a delightful addition to this watch that adds a refined vintage-inspired aesthetic. Its execution is clean and precise, with contrasting textures that enhance legibility. In my opinion, this simple complication adds character without complicating the overall design, which is perfectly balancing form and function. Perhaps future versions of the Tsuyosa will also integrate additional complications, such as a date function, which I would hope would be at the 430 position, or maybe a moon phase or another ancillary piece in the subdial section, but I don't think they need to do anything for right now, and I absolutely love the design here. In terms of accuracy, the 8322 movement operates at 3 Hertz, which is 21,600 beats per hour, and it provides decent accuracy with a stated tolerance of -20 to +40 seconds per day. While it's not COSC certified, its performance is reliable and consistent for everyday use. Owners have generally reported better than specified accuracy in real-world scenarios, highlighting Citizen's quality control. My example here is running about 6.5 seconds fast per day, which is more than acceptable, especially at this price point. While a 4 Hz movement is industry standard for most Swiss watches, I think at this price point, a 3 Hz watch is perfectly acceptable. It also helps to improve the power reserve to 60 hours, which is arguably more important to the average wearer than the Swiss standards for an 8 tick per second movement. In terms of power reserve, a standout feature of the caliber 8322, which I'll show again here, is its 60-hour power reserve, which is a marked improvement over the previous 42-hour standard, and better than most standard movements from Switzerland even, with an average of 38 to 42 hours of power reserve. This extended reserve places the Tsuyosa in competition with other value-oriented mechanical movements, such as Tissot's Powermatic 80, which has an impressive 80-hour power reserve, but it also retains Citizen's signature affordability. In terms of the finishing and design of the movement, I was actually pleasantly surprised by the finishing and quality of the 8322 movement, which is probably why Citizen chose to show off the movement through a transparent sapphire case back. The movement is visible through the exhibition case back and features a skeletonized rotor, as you can see here, with a Côte de Genève brushed finishing. While this is not hot horology, the enhanced decoration, including striping and silver tone plating, adds a touch of sophistication and elevates it above many other budget movements. Lastly, in terms of other factors I look at, obviously the biggest thing that we're going to talk about here is the price of this watch. So this watch is listed for $595 on Citizen's website, but it's often available at discount for around $475, depending on what the promotion is. And so in that regard, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds is an unparalleled value. For the last part of my review, I usually look at other factors about the watch, including the price and warranty, and obviously the price is going to be the biggest part that we talk about for this watch in particular. Listed for $595 on Citizen's website, but often available at discounts for around $475, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds is an unparalleled value. I happen to get a fantastic Cyber Monday deal on Citizen's website with an additional percentage back from Rakuten, which this is not an ad, I promise, which brought my total purchase price down to around $325 delivered to my door. If I can give this category 6 out of 5 points, I would, especially because there are no Swiss watches other than maybe a Tissot, Hamilton, or Certina that come even close to offering a compelling of a package for the same price as this watch. In terms of quality control, I think Citizen really blew it out of the park here. They obviously are making this one of their flagship models, although it's not one of their $1,000 plus flagship models. I think they're really starting to indicate that this is going to be one of the main lines that they have. And so I think they really put a lot of effort. In terms of other factors such as quality control, Citizen's meticulous quality control is evident in every aspect of this watch, from the precisely aligned indices to the well-finished case and bracelet. The integration of the subdial and consistency in finishing on the guilloché imprinted dial also further underscores the brand's attention to detail. Coming from a Japanese brand, it is appreciated and expected that quality control will be top-notch, which I've discussed in detail in my Grand Psycho reviews, and the Tsuyosa does not disappoint, especially at this insanely reasonable price point. In terms of warranty, Citizen does offer a 5-year warranty, which is exceptional at this price point, and provides buyers with confidence in the brand's commitment to the reliability and durability of their timepieces. I've noted this in other reviews that the top end of the luxury market has been moving towards longer 5-year warranty plans, largely because of improvements in movement design and lubrication. To me, a longer warranty period signals a company's faith in their own product, which some companies such as Oris have taken to the next level by offering even longer 10-year warranties. It is clear that Citizen is willing to stand behind the Tsuyosa for many years of daily wear, which gives me confidence that this watch will spend more time on my wrist than in my watch winder. In terms of the presentation that the watch comes in, as I showed you before, this is the box that it came in. It is a cardboard box, but it is fairly nicely designed and compact. So to wrap things up, the Citizen Tsuyosa Small Seconds is a stellar example of how far budget-friendly watchmaking has come. With its eye-catching khaki green dial, vintage design cues, refined small seconds complication, and robust in-house caliber 8322 movement, with a remarkable 60-hour power reserve, this timepiece delivers an exceptional combination of style, functionality, and value. Whether you're a seasoned collector looking for a versatile daily wear watch, or a beginner seeking an affordable entry into mechanical timepieces, the Tsuyosa Small Seconds offers a winning formula. Citizen has crafted a watch that punches well above its weight, delivering premium features at a fraction of the cost seen in other brands. I think this Citizen will now join a short list of gateway watches that I will actually recommend to my friends who are looking to get into the watch collection world. And this is going to be right alongside other great watches from venerated brands such as the Hamilton Khaki Field Auto and the Tissot PRX. If you're in the market for a timepiece that blends retro charm and modern reliability, this could very well be your next watch. After wearing this watch on my wrist for about a week straight, and despite buying many other watches this year, including one of my Grail timepieces, I think the Citizen is my favorite watch of 2024 and is very easily the best budget watch of 2024. So, do you agree that the Citizen Tsuyosa is the best budget watch of 2024, or do you think any other watches deserve that title? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel for more. Thank you.